Have you ever wondered what you would ask for if you could have anything in the world? Money? Power? A long life? Today, we journey back in time to explore the life of a king who was given this very choice. A man whose name has become synonymous with wisdom, King Solomon. When Solomon inherited the throne of Israel from his father, the great King David, he felt the immense weight of his new responsibility. One night, in a vivid dream, God appeared to him and said, "Ask for whatever you want me to give you." Imagine that moment. A young king, with the world at his feet. He could have asked for endless riches, victory over his enemies, or a reign that would last forever. But Solomon's request was astonishingly humble. He didn't ask for personal gain. Instead, he said, "Give your servant a discerning heart to govern your people and to distinguish between right and wrong." This selfless plea for wisdom pleased God so much that he not only granted Solomon a wise and understanding heart, unlike any before or after him, but also promised him the very things he didn't ask for: riches and honor. This divine gift of wisdom wasn't just a title. It was put to the test almost immediately. The court of King Solomon became the stage for one of history's most famous legal puzzles. Two women came before him, both clutching at a single infant, each claiming to be its mother. One woman's baby had died in the night, and now she insisted the living child was hers. The other mother, heartbroken and desperate, pleaded her case. The court was in a deadlock. There were no witnesses, no evidence. How could anyone possibly know the truth? This is where Solomon's extraordinary wisdom shone through. He looked at the two women, his expression unreadable. Then, he gave a shocking command. "Bring me a sword." The court gasped. "Cut the living child in two," he declared, "and give half to the one and half to the other." The reaction was instant and revealing. The deceitful woman, her face twisted with envy, agreed. "Let it be neither mine nor yours," she said. "Divide it." "Divide it?" But the true mother cried out in anguish, her heart breaking at the thought. "Please, my lord," she begged, "give her the living baby. Don't kill him." In that moment, Solomon knew. He saw the truth, not in their words, but in their hearts. "Give the living baby to the first woman," he commanded. "Do not kill him. She is his mother." News of this judgment spread like wildfire throughout Israel. The people stood in awe of their king, for they saw that the wisdom of God was in him to administer justice. With Solomon's wisdom guiding the nation, Israel entered a golden age of peace and prosperity. The kingdom flourished like never before. Trade routes expanded, cities were built, and at the heart of it all, Solomon undertook his most ambitious project, the construction of a magnificent temple in Jerusalem, a permanent home for the Ark of the Covenant, and a center of worship for the entire nation. For 7 years, the finest materials and craftsmen were dedicated to building this breathtaking structure, a testament to both God's glory and Israel's prosperity. Solomon's fame reached the farthest corners of the known world. From the rich and distant land of Sheba, a powerful and intelligent queen heard tales of his incredible wisdom. Intrigued and skeptical, she decided to see for herself. The Queen of Sheba arrived in Jerusalem with a grand caravan, bearing spices, gold, and precious stones. She came not just to admire, but to test him with hard questions, riddles, and complex problems that would stump any ordinary mind. She questioned him on everything from philosophy to statecraft, from the natural world to the mysteries of the divine. And Solomon answered them all. There was nothing, she asked, that he could not explain. The queen was utterly astounded. She saw the splendor of his palace, the organization of his court, and the sheer scale of his operations. She confessed, "The report I heard in my own country about your achievements and your wisdom is true, but I did not believe it until I came and saw with my own eyes. Indeed, not even half was told to me. In wisdom and wealth, you have far exceeded the report I heard." The visit from the Queen of Sheba marked the peak of Solomon's reign. He was the wisest, wealthiest, and most respected king on earth. His kingdom was secure, his people were prosperous, and his reputation was legendary. He had everything a man could ever desire. It seemed as if his story was a perfect fairy tale. But, as we often learn, even the brightest stars can fall, and the highest peaks can lead to the deepest valleys. Despite his unparalleled wisdom, Solomon had a weakness, a vulnerability that would slowly begin to unravel his magnificent kingdom. God had given clear instructions to the kings of Israel. They were not to accumulate large numbers of horses, take many wives, or amass great quantities of silver and gold for themselves. Most importantly, they were not to marry foreign women from surrounding nations, for they will surely turn your hearts after their gods. But Solomon, at the height of his power, began to ignore these warnings. He, who had once asked only for a discerning heart, now seemed to let that heart lead him astray. He married hundreds of women, many of whom were princesses from foreign lands, taken as part of political alliances. He had 700 wives of royal birth and 300 concubines. At first, it might have seemed like a savvy political strategy, securing peace through marriage. But these women did not come to Israel alone. They brought their cultures, their customs, and their gods with them. As Solomon grew older, his heart, once so firmly devoted to the God of Israel, began to drift. His foreign wives turned his heart away. To please him, he did the unthinkable. The same man who built the glorious temple in Jerusalem began to build altars for false gods on the hills surrounding the holy city. He built high places for Chemosh, the detestable god of Moab, and for Molech, the horrific god of the Ammonites. Solomon, the wisest man in the world, who knew the difference between right and wrong better than anyone, began to actively participate in and facilitate the worship of idols. The seeds of foolishness had been planted, and they were beginning to bear bitter fruit. The one who had been given everything because of his humility was now losing it all because of his pride and disobedience. God's anger was kindled against Solomon. He had appeared to him twice and warned him about this very thing. But Solomon did not keep the Lord's command. The consequences were severe. God told Solomon that he would tear the kingdom away from him and give it to one of his subordinates. For the sake of his father David, this wouldn't happen in Solomon's lifetime. But the division of the kingdom was now inevitable. The peace and unity that had defined his reign began to crumble. Adversaries rose up against him, and the seeds of civil war were sown. So, what can we learn from the tragic downfall of this brilliant king? Solomon's life is a powerful, timeless story of contrast. It teaches us that true wisdom begins with humility, a recognition that we need guidance beyond our own understanding. It's a gift meant to be used for justice and the good of others, not just for personal enrichment. His story is also a stark warning about the corrupting influence of temptation and the slow, subtle erosion of our principles. No one is immune. Even the wisest man who ever lived, blessed directly by God, was vulnerable. He shows us how compromising our core beliefs, even for what seems like a good reason like peace or love, can lead down a path of destruction. It reminds us to be vigilant and, as the book of Proverbs, largely attributed to Solomon himself, advises, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Solomon's journey from a humble servant to a regretful old man serves as a profound lesson for all of us. It's a call to remain faithful, to stay grounded in our principles, and to remember that our greatest strengths can often be shadowed by our greatest weaknesses. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life of King Solomon. We hope his story has given you something to reflect on. If you found this video insightful, please give it a like, share it with someone who might benefit from it, and subscribe to our channel for more stories that explore the depths of history and human nature. We'll see you in the next video.